Mr. Jonathan, can you hear me now? I said how much were you able to close the profits, the trading profit yesterday, the gold trade, Mr. Jonathan, and how much did you close it on? I closed mine on $200, like I said, but price eventually gave us another higher high self that same yesterday. It was massive. The movement was massive yesterday. But eventually we eventually saw a reversal after, of course, we are trading around uncharted territory right now. So I expected that reversal. That's why I said immediately I see $200, I was going to close mine. Okay. So I hope you were able to close yours in profits yesterday. Mr. John also, I don't know if Mr. John joined us yesterday, but I know that Mr. Jonathan was on that trade. Mr. John, were you with us yesterday for CPI Live? Did you take any of the trades yesterday? Oh, yeah. So sorry. Please always join those live programs because yesterday was good. It was really good. All right. Anyway, guys, just to announce again, next week we're going to be having. Okay, yeah, Mr. Gilbert. I remember. That's true. So how far were you able to close it in profit yesterday? I hope you were able to some good profits. Yeah. Mr. Jonathan said they closed on $6. That's quite good. You jumped out. Yeah, I still had my own to around $200, but it depends on your lot size, Sha. I guess maybe you enter with 0.01, but even with 0.1, price actually went to about 200 pips. So you could have actually made about $20 or at least $15 if you were patient enough for that particular trade. So, Mr. Gilbert, how far did you close yours in profits? Are you still with us? You can just give me a feedback on the chat platform, so I know. Anyway, so guys, next week, Thursday and Friday by 9 a.m., we're going to be having our EBC beginner section where we are going to be looking at live training section. It's just going to be 1 hour. 1 hour on Thursday, 1 hour Friday, 1 hour. And like I said, on Thursday we're going to be starting with demo trading. I'm going to be talking about, and I'm not going to be talking theory, right? It's going to be very practical. It's going to be extremely practical. Extremely practical. I'm not going to be talking theory. I'm not going to be, it's going to be extremely practical. And we are going to be really delving into what is attainable in trading. Trading is not, many people think it's difficult, but I can assure you 100% that it's one of the easiest business to go into. Major thing is just that you have to be a risk manager. You have to be somebody who is a risk manager. You have to be able to manage your emotion. When it comes to money, there's a lot of emotions flying around. So you have to be able to manage it properly. You have to be able to manage it. All right. So it's very important that we I see your comment, Mr. Jonathan. So it's very important that we actually join this class next week. Now, Thursday we're going to start with demo, like I said, but Friday, guys, we are doing real live trading. So if you don't have a live account by that Friday, you can't join us. Thursday might still be open for everybody, but Friday you have to have a live account so that we can actually deal with um the fear of trading. Mostly when you have actually burnt your fingers before, like Mr. Val, I can see your feedback right now. I understand. Every one of us, including myself, have been there. So you have to know how to manage it. You have to be able to come back from that fear. You have to be able to come back from that fear. You don't want to know how much I have actually lost, Mr. Val. You don't want to know how much. I don't want to mention it because this is a recorded section. It's a lot, but one of the things that is making me to sit here before you right now and, right now, when it comes to professionally speaking, I've written books, I have headed firms, I have, leading the world best broker right now in terms of the marketing activity and training. It's not something that I could have achieved if I've given up. And you have to learn how to understand your mistake. That's the major thing. Many people think that it's the business. It's not the business, it's just you. At the end of the day, when you sit down to analyze what went wrong, you discover that it was you. And that's why next week training, I'm not going to be training you from a textbook example. I'm going to be giving you practical, telling you what's attainable. I'm not going to be sharing milk. I'm going to be giving you hard bone because I want you to actually learn. I want you to grow, and I want you to, to know that this business can be sustainable, can 100% be sustainable. All right. The reason why we do most of the things we do, professionally, it's not because if we sit at home, we would not be making money. Yesterday I made 200. On Friday I made 311. That's $500 recorded, the one that we did together. So imagine what I'm doing behind closed doors, you know. So it's something that the reason why I'm here is because of passion. That's just it. So it can be sustainable. It can be a major thing that you can use as a major side income or a major income channel if you want it. But it's just all about you breaking beyond that emotional barrier. You have to break beyond it. So next week, like I said, I'm not going to dwell much on it. Next week, we're going to be looking at that practically, and we're going to be looking at what we can do together. However, today, let's quickly look at the market and let's see what we can actually do. So I just got into the office right now. I don't have my MT4 on. Let me just quickly click on this. So you see that we are doing this together this morning. There is no pre-analysis, no nothing. Every time I come to this class, most of the times, there is no pre-analysis. Whatever you are seeing, I'm just seeing it for the first time also. All right, so it's not as if I've analyzed the market and I know what market is going to do. No. So let's quickly jump here. I hope we can all see my chart. I'm on my chart right now. We're going to be looking at few instruments. We traded some of them yesterday, and we're still going to be looking at them today. The effect of the CPI yesterday is still on, and we are still expecting the next major news that's going to be coming up is Thursday, which is tomorrow. We are expecting unemployment claim tomorrow. I think by 4 o'clock thereabout. So you want to pay attention to that. But today, I don't think we have any major thing coming. So the major thing we want to look at right now is just market structure and see how we can take advantage of what market is doing. Now, the daily time frame yesterday, we saw we saw this happening. This was what happened yesterday. I told you that price was going to go down. I told you from what I was saying on the market, as at the time we took the trade, markets, this candlestick was just about half. And I told you that Euro USD most likely than not was going to be pushing down, and that was exactly what it did yesterday. Even after it now went up, and eventually it closed as a bearish candle. And we can see what's happening right now. This candle right now also is trying to complete this circle. There is not a there's no complete break. Let me increase this so you see what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is this: if you look at this candle right now, this candle did not completely engulf this particular candle, right? This yesterday's candle on the daily time frame did not completely engulf this candle, which means that there is still some level of volume on the table that could actually make price to push back to this point. So most likely than not today, even if we're going to be seeing some major reversals back to the upside, we should see price pushing to this point. We should see price pushing to this point before price push up. We should see price pushing to this point. All right. Now, what it means is that my preference today for Euro USD, it's still a sell. It's still a sell, though it's not a long sell, but I'm still expecting price to push down to this point, at least this morning, if at all. Then a break of this structure, good. This is a double top pattern. I mean, a double bottom pattern. A break of this structure on the daily time frame is going to give us a lot of room to actually move because the next level, based on the daily time frame that I'm looking at, this is the next level. So if price breaks this particular point, it's going to be coming. The next points that is going to be we're going to be looking at on a daily time frame is at 1.15131, right? So there's a lot of room for movement. There's a lot of room for movement. So this is going to be what is going to be determining that if price is going to be breaking this or not. But between now and just saying that most likely than not, there's going to be a retest of this structure. From what I'm seeing right now, price is bound to retest this particular point. So we need to also pay attention to that. Anyway, so you get the idea. Let me quickly go to the 1 hour time frame so we can look at this critically. On the 1 hour time frame already, we can see that price is already at that zone. Remember, it's not a line. A support zone is not a line, it's a zone. When we mean a zone can be, it can be as, so let me just quickly do this. Let's say insert shapes, sorry. So this could be a zone. This whole place, excuse me. Yeah, so this whole thing could be a zone. This whole thing could be a zone. I'm trying to draw this. I don't know why it's not coming on. So a zone is not a line. It's not a major price point. Anywhere could be a zone. So this is actually trading around the zone already. But I'm still saying that it's possible that in an attempt to actually break this particular point, 1.6293, that price would still push all the way down here. And, before we can now say, okay, there's a major reversal to the upside or there's a major break to the downside. All right. So that being said, I want to move to the 5 minutes time frame to see if we can see opportunities for a very good entry on this. And I'm already seeing one. Okay, so guys, what I want us to do right now is to pay attention to this particular level on the 5 minutes time frame. And for the buy also, we're going to be doing more like a buy stop, sell stop kind of a thing on Euro USD this morning. So for the buy, I also want to pay attention here. So if price doesn't go to this point and then breaks this point, we can actually look at this point. So for Euro USD, what you want to do with a stop loss just at the middle here, take profit for the buy is going to be just above this particular point as well. So for Euro USD, we're going to be a buy preference and a sell preference. You could use a buy stop if you are very busy. Probably you're in the office, you don't have time to actually monitor your charts. Yeah, you could go out, you could use a buy stop for this. It's fine. Have time to monitor it, go with a buy preference and a sell preference. So the entry price for the buy preference is a close above 1.16539. 1.16539. All right. Our SL. Okay, let me just give you the TP. The SL is going to be the same, so let's leave SL for now. TP is at 1.16629. So sell preference. Our entry is going to be at 1.16412. Our TP is going to be at 1.16293. All right. And then SL. SL for this trade is at 1.16476. So SL for the both trade, for both the buy and the sell, right? Now, like I said, if you don't have time to monitor this trade, you can actually use what is called a pending order, a buy stop and a sell stop. So a close below. Okay. So you can use a buy stop or a sell stop for this if you don't have time. If you have time to monitor it, like I said, price will most likely than not come back here to retest before we see some massive push, whatever the case may be. Okay, so let's quickly look at USDJPY. Then we're also going to look at GBP Then we'll look at what gold is also doing. USDJPY is still consolidating currently on the 15 minutes time frame. And we can see these are the major points that price is actually trading around. And it's also there's a high possibility also from what I'm seeing right now that price might likely break this point. So this is actually pretty straightforward. It's pretty straightforward. What I also want to do is I want to pay attention here on the 5 minutes time frame. This is like a short scalping entry strategy sort of a thing. So you want to pay attention to those particular points. If price breaks this particular point, I expect price to, excuse me, this should be our first take profit point, but it's a weak level. So yeah, we could still go for this level to make a 1:1 trade thereabouts. So for USDJPY, market is consolidating. We're waiting for a breakout to the downside. But however, if price pushes up on a short time frame, we can actually take advantage of that market movement. So a buy preference for me is going to be a close above 159.209. All right. Our take profit for that trade is going to be at 159.404. Okay. And our SL for that particular trade. So we are buying here, we're taking our profit here. Our SL is going to be at 159.074. So that's like a 1:1.5 thereabout, which is not bad. So the sell preference, however, which is going to be very good if price actually, in fact, I would actually, expect price to move very well to the downside if price breaks this particular point right now. So sell preference is just a close below 159.074. Well, your TP, you could leave it open to break even, but generally you can just go for 158.912. All right. Then SL for this trade is going to be at 159.209. So this is gold. This is gold. So on gold, we are expecting price to actually. So currently now, we know gold is still giving us a bullish flag on the 1 hour time frame, and you can already see, let me just quickly draw it out so you can see it. We are seeing this happening right now. So that's the pole of the flag, and we are expecting this to happen like this. Um, so this is going to be. So this is what's happening on gold right now. And this was happening from the 1 hour time frame, which is a big deal. Because on the 1 hour time frame, there's a lot of room for movement. If price is going to push down right now, this is about 400, almost 350 pips. If price is pushing from this point down to this point, right? So there's a lot of movement. If price is going to respect this on gold today for a sell, then we should expect some very good profits to come from this. However, to enter this trade is very simple. It's very, very simple. It's straightforward, very simple. All we just need to do is to look at price breaking this particular point right now, which is the neckline. All right, if price breaks this particular point, already we've missed this trade because we should have entered at this point where we saw this entry, double top pattern, bearish engulfing, inverted hammer, whatever the case may be. And we also missed it around this point too. So entering right now, we have to be sure at a break below this structure, and then we can say, okay, we want to go for a stop loss around this point and a take profit around this point. All right, so for gold, it's pretty straightforward. SAU USD, sell preference. Though, of course, if there's, I'm believing that tomorrow there might be a breakout. There might be a breakout. All right, there might be a breakout tomorrow. Entry is a close below. A close below 4619.51. Our XL is 4630.17. Our TP is 4591.71. 4591.71. All right, so if that happens, that's gonna be very good. Though it's a short-term sell, don't forget, gold is still on an upward trajectory, guys. Don't ever forget. With everything that's happening right now, fundamentally, technically, gold is not, it's not going to be like giving us a downward trend from the daily time frame anytime soon. Even if there is a spike to the downside, it will recover very fast. So you have to be careful on your sales. But on a short time period, we can actually go for that. And when price, please take note, when price gets to that take profit of 4591.71, what price is going to do there? If there's a major reversal pattern there, major reversal candle to the upside, a bullish engulfing hammer, whatever the case may be, guys, it might be a very good opportunity to buy back to the, buy back up the channel or up the flag. So if price gets here, what I'm saying, if price gets here, there's a high possibility that price is going to be pushing up back, to the flag point. So it's a very good thing to watch out for. Okay, so we've talked about gold, we've talked about Euro USD, USJPY. Let's quickly look at GBP USD. The GBP USD, I told us already, price has actually broken a trend channel or a trend line, and we are seeing a retest, multiple retests of that particular structure. Like I said, this is the first time I'm looking at this chart this morning. I have not done any anything. Um, and that's one of the things I'm going to be teaching us next week, how to actually look at your chart and be able to, and be able to um know what price is doing, no matter what no matter when you look at it, without you literally looking at it too much. There's a secret to it, and I'm going to be sharing that secret next week. All right. So for GBP USD, I am expecting I am expecting price to actually push down. You can see a break of this structure already. We're seeing price still, hanging in there, still trying to, but I'm expecting price to push down. So on the 4-hour time frame, we can see what price is doing here on the 4-hour time frame is still struggling around this point. We've seen a retest of that structure. What we should now begin to see is some level of struggle, which is normal, but price should eventually break this verified level of support. A break of this neckline is going to mean that price is actually going down massive. I mean, it's actually going to be pushing down. This is a little bit far because I'm on the 4-hour time frame. Let's quickly look at it on the 15 minutes time frame and see what that price looks like. You can see it's far. All right, it's far, but I think it's worth it. I think it's better we wait for this to happen. Number one, GBP USD moves like gold. It's just that it's not as profitable as gold or volatile as gold. But I think GBP USD is as volatile as gold, but it's not as profitable as gold. All right, and it's because of the number of pips that it moves per time compared to gold. Gold moves little, it has moved 100 pips. But GBP USD, when it comes to movement, also it moves it's very volatile. It's just that it can't be compared to gold. But I think after gold, on between currency and commodities, after gold, when it comes to major instruments, GBP USD, when it comes to currencies, is the gold of currencies. Let me put it that way, because it's very volatile. It's the gold of currencies. Just like how gold is the gold of metals, GBP USD is the gold of currencies. So you have to be careful when you're trading it, because if you come into a consolidation and you don't know what you are doing, it will wipe you out. It will wipe out your stop loss and then begin to go in your direction. So I think, guys, what we want to wait for GBP USD is to see a close below 1.33992, which is the neckline, so that we can confirm if this is actually going to go down. Because from what I'm seeing on the 4-hour time frame, even on the 1-hour time frame, it's still just not giving us any direction yet. All right, we are seeing this is looking like a cup and handle. If this is a cup and handle, then price should actually push down. Actually, you can see this is the cup, this is the handle. We should see price going down. But we want to be careful, we want to be sure to know what price wants to do. All right, if price breaks this particular point now, it could be a retest. It could be a third retest of that particular point. If price breaks here, right? If price breaks 1.34474 now, price could actually begin to push up. It could be a retest of this particular zone if price breaks here. You understand? So it's something that you want to pay attention to for GBP USD. So GBP USD, please, if you're trading it, take note of those 2 points. We're expecting a sell if price breaks below 1.33992. We're expecting a buy if price breaks above 1.34474. However, I'm preferencing a sell to a buy. Okay. Can somebody said we should check CAD JPY, Mr. Jonathan? Let me just quickly do that before we call it a day. CAD JPY. All these instruments that you guys trade. I don't know. CAD JPY. Let me. Okay, I've seen it. I try as much as possible to focus on. Okay. All right, Mr. Jonathan, I hope you're with us. Let's quickly look at this together, guys. So CAD JPY daily time frame, you don't need anybody to tell you that this is in a trend channel. We can already see, apart from this gap up, this is actually moving in a trend channel. We are seeing price respecting these major levels. And this is looking very bullish, actually. Very, very bullish. Very, very, very bullish. It's looking very bullish on the daily time frame. It's looking very bullish on the daily time frame. Which tells me that you can see how it has been respecting this level of support from this point and also this level of resistance. So where price is right now is a very dicey point. Let's go to 4 hours and really see this critically. Yeah, so price is actually trading around this level of resistance, fixed level of resistance. You can see around this zone. It's a zone, right? We've seen first retest, second retest. This is the third retest, and we're looking at some level of reversal here, some level of pullback. But this doesn't mean that price might not get to that trend line again. Remember, the trend line is still around here. We're still expecting price to push, you know, to this point. That's what we're expecting. We're still expecting price to push to this point. But because currently now where it is right now is currently at a level of minus resistance or a fixed resistance thereabouts, it's trying to react to that particular point, which is normal, right? But there is a very high possibility that price would eventually break this point and then get to this major point before reversing back to the downside. However, what you want to actually do is to just wait to see what price wants to do around this point here. If price is going to be coming down, I know that there's another major level of support which is coming around here. This is the major zone of support that we don't expect price to break. We might see price pushing back to this point before pushing back up. But a break of this point is going to mean that price is coming back to retest this trend line again. All right. So, Mr. Jonathan, for CAD/JPY, this is my analysis. I'm expecting price to push up. I'm preferencing a buy. I'm expecting that if at all, worst case scenario, price is going to retrace back to 114.042. And then from there, we're going to be seeing price pushing back up. And you might not even get there. But if anything that makes price breaks 114.042, then we should see price going back to this trend line. And then the reaction of this trend line should give you what you want to do. It should tell you what you want to do if you're going to be going for a buy or a sell. All right. But like I said, I'm expecting price to push all the way to this particular trend line here because that is what has been happening. We should have a higher high. This was the last high, and for some period of time, now price has not gone above that high. This was the high, this was the same high, and this is the same high. So we're expecting a higher high if this upward trend is going to continue. And for that to continue, this place has to be invalidated, it has to be broken, and price has to get to the next high to give us a new high. It might not get here but at least a new high should be formed, which means price has to break this. So a break of this structure will give you a very good entry for a buy, your stop loss just below around this point. However, if price comes down, pulls back down and comes back to this point and then breaks this point, which I highly doubt, then you should see price actually trading to the upside. The question is what's actually pushing CAD/JPY to the upside? Don't forget, Canadian dollar moves it moves very, very well when with the price of crude oil. All right, just like how gold moves with dollar, Canadian dollar moves with crude oil. All right, so whatever is happening around the crude oil market also affects Canadian dollar. And one of the things I've seen about Canadian dollar is that CAD can move up on an upward trajectory for months. There was a time it moved down for a period of 1 year, no stop, just going down like that. And that was because of the price of oil was also moving in that trajectory. So, and also, of course, Japanese yen also, we also need to know what's going on around that point. But technically speaking, this is what I think is going to happen. If price is going to be going up and it's going to be invalidating 114.674 very soon to give us a new high. All right. And if that doesn't happen, most unlikely price is going to break 114.042 and then it's going to come back to this trend line and then bounce from that trend line back to the upside. All right. So if you want to take a trade on CAD/JPY, you need to watch out for 114.674 and 114.042. If you've already taken a trade, based on this analysis I've given you right now, you should be able to know how to come out of the trade if you are actually against the trend or what to watch out for that trade. I hope this was helpful. Okay, guys. This is where we're going to be calling it a day. Yesterday I announced that we would be having the next class on Monday, but I guess because some of us were not here yesterday, so that's why we had to have the class this morning so that we can actually accommodate everybody. But please let's note that next week, Thursday, Friday is our class, 9 a.m. And like I said, please don't miss that class for anything. Don't even try it. Don't try it. Don't try it. I might not record it. And let me just tell you now, I might not record it. So don't miss it. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. All right. It's absolutely free of charge. You're not paying anything. Yesterday I was going through something online and I saw an online academy that charges $200 per month to teach you some of these things I'm teaching you for free here, that we're teaching you for free. So let's not let's not let's not you know lose the opportunity that we have it now to actually get some things done. Okay. Is there any other question? If there are no other question, I want to quickly say a big shout out to Mr. Celestin, Pastor Celestin Bassi. I want to say a big shout out to Damilola Ayodele. Thank you so very much, sir or ma'am, for big joining us this morning. I think it's the first time I'm seeing you also. Thank you so very much. I hope to see more of you. Big shout out to my God, it's up, Mr. John. Big shout out to Mr. Jonathan. Lauren, I see you. Big shout out to you. I hope you made profit. Okay, I think you told me you made profit yesterday. I hope you're able to make profits today. Nancy B, I see you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. My God, it's up. Mr. Gilbert, I see you. Mr. Olutayo, I greet you especially. Pauline, I see you. Susan, I see you. Mr. Val, I see you. And Tarella, I also see you. Now, Val, like I said, make sure that you don't allow your past mistakes, you know, to hinder you from making good money in this business. And I understand. So you need to join that training next week and we need to talk together. We're going to be talking about real things. That's why I said I might not record it because there's some things I will be saying that I don't want to put on record, right? So guys, make sure you don't miss that program. We're going to be talking real, talking about this business real. Let's forget about the hype. Let's talk real. We know how this thing is, right? So let's see how it is, how we can sustain this business, what is really attainable here, what is the secret behind really making this a major thing, and how you can actually build on this for wealth creation, right? So we're going to be looking at all that to next week. Okay, so guys, I'm going to be seeing us next week. Let's have a wonderful day ahead. If there are no questions, I hope today's class was enjoyable. We've taken about 4 trades: Euro USD, USDJPY, uh, gold. So I'm watching out for those 4 trades to see what price is going to do, and also GBP USD also as well. All right, so let's see what we are able to do between now and 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock this evening, and see if price is going to be triggering any of our positions, or if price is going to be breaking above or below any of our major key zones. And make sure you monitor your trade and make sure that you are breaking even. If you're not going to take profit, you break even on your trade. And SL should be properly placed, guys. Make sure you have your SL on your trade. We don't have much money, so whatever little you have to protect it. I'll see us on Monday. Let's have a wonderful day ahead.